All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Jonathan Lewis. I'm gonna make this as fast as possible, right? I had a couple people who wanted me to make some book reviews, man, because I'm always reading. I'm trying to learn at a crazy rate from great people, from great concepts, great ideas, whatever. I'm trying to learn. So I'm gonna put this real quick review together. I already took some notes on this book because when I read, I highlight, I take notes, and then I make an action plan on what to do from the knowledge I just got from the book. So here we go. First book, Becoming Your Own Banker by R. Nelson Nash. Other book, it's basically a follow-up. It's called The Warehouse of Wealth. Go get both of these books, man. Shout out to R. Nelson Nash. So anyway, in Becoming Your Own Banker, man, what he pretty much talks about is the fact that the average person spends 35% of their income, and I'm reading these notes that I took, but the average person spends 35% of their income alone paying interest to banks and other financial institutions, right? That somebody else owns. So the infinite banking concept that is talked about in this book, it comes into play because whole life insurance policies have the same properties as conventional banks. So all the things that make a bank, like what a bank can do to your money and for your money, whole life insurance policies can do those exact same things. Now I ask you, which one is easier for you to go out and get right now? A bank or a whole life insurance policy? You were like, well, what are those things? That's why you gotta go get the book. I'm just giving you the basics, right? So just trust me that the same things that make a bank are the same things that whole life insurance can do with your money as a banking investment, as an investment. Not like, don't think of it as I'm getting a life insurance for a death benefit right now. It's a completely different mindset using this platform, right? So anyway, so using the life insurance, we create cash value by doing what? Paying your premium, paying your monthly. So as you're paying that, your cash value grows in there, and the amount that you're able to loan from yourself and take from yourself and borrow from yourself gets bigger and bigger, right? So you own this 100%. You can take whatever out whenever you want because it's yours. You own it. At your bank, you don't own it. So, everything has the same purposes as a bank, only you own it now. So if you was to take a loan out from yourself to pay a car, what you would want to do is treat it the same way as you would treat the bank. You take that loan out from yourself and you pay yourself back, right? But when you pay yourself back, what do you pay yourself back with? Interest. Now you're benefiting from what? Compound interest. Compound interest, Warren Buffett says, is the most powerful thing in the world. I don't remember the exact quote, but basically, financially, compound interest is that shit. So you want to be able to benefit from compound interest, right? That's what wealthy people do. So anyway, you're starting to basically take yourself from the 99% who gives away 35, on average 35% of their income for banking and loans and debt, etc., to now you're accepting that on average 35% in interest. And you're becoming part of the banking family that, is that elite class on the planet. And you don't have to be rich to do this. You can start off with $300 a month, as little as that, right? So in the book, they go as far as to even say you should put all of your money towards the banking, towards the life insurance policy. Why? Because you own it and you can do whatever you want, whenever. And so, if you really think about it like that, if this is the same thing, just a different, look on the outside, but inside this do the exact same things, why would I keep putting my money in the bank? We don't know. We've been taught to do something a certain way, right? We've all been conditioned. But I remember this is crazy because even in the book it says put all your money. I have a mentor of mine who's worth $50 million. He told me that he puts 1/3 of his income in his life insurance policy. Why? Because let's say he makes $150,000 a month. 50 of it he puts in his life insurance policy. He can do whatever he wants with that. He can take it out. It's growing in there. It's growing against inflation. All these different things. The other, 100K, half of that is for his living expense. The other half he donates. He does a lot of giving back. So he puts that into practice. The money that isn't for his living expenses or his giving back goes all into his life insurance policies. And he's worth $50 million. So you do what successful people do. Obviously, he knows something that I didn't. And after reading this book, I know why he's doing it now. So I think this is a book that you need to get. I think everybody should read this book. Teach this principle to your kids at a young age. Let them see you doing it. And you'll notice the difference in lifestyle. The numbers speak for themselves in the book. So the second one is called Building Your Warehouse of Wealth. So pretty much this book is very redundant on what was talked about in this, but he goes into detail as to why you want to use whole life insurance policies instead of any other policy. Because a lot of people are saying, well, this is the best life insurance policy, or this is the best one. He talks about why whole life insurance policies are the best one to use for an investment vehicle. Not just, we're not talking about death benefit. You got to change your mindset from that. He talks about how the government has turned people into new slaves through the use of debt, has, how the government pimps a lot of people out basically by using these different financial programs or government-owned investment vehicles that don't work. And he gives factual evidence how they don't work. So he just talked about why, at the end of the day, the biggest business in the world is banking. Everything runs through a bank. I don't care. The money touch 100 hands. At the end of the day, that money has to go into a bank somewhere. So if you can join that 0.00001% that runs banking, you can become wealthy. And he uses a lot of biblical references in his book. It is very biblical. He uses a lot of facts about the government statistics in his book. It's very radical. It's very revolutionary. So a lot of people would call him a conspiracy theorist to start, but he gives so much facts, you can't call him a conspiracy theorist. You just call him a radical, a genius, really. But yeah, man, this book is all about that money that you make in your lifetime. 35% of it, on average, is going towards you paying off debt, interest on top of debt, right? And that's not even including what you pay in taxes and other things. So if almost half of your money in your lifetime is going to be going to paying off debt and interest on top of that, imagine if you could flip that around, bring it in, plus that interest, and then compound it. So obviously that's major. Read those two books. It's a revolutionary concept. I've already started with one of my policies, looking to get a second, third, and a fourth until we can get to about 50. Hopefully I can do that by the time I'm 35, have about 50 policies. That's the goal. And he talks about all that in the book. You can have multiple policies. So, that's it, man. Jonathon Lewis. Follow the Instagram. Like and subscribe. Share this video with somebody. Remember, this isn't my info. This is in the books. And the wealthy people back it up. Let's get it.